Okay, no. The bells of Canterbury are ringing again. All right, what do we got this week? It's 1 o'clock. Hey, hickory dickory dock, 2 mice ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, but the other one got away with minor injuries. Gonna be a great show.
Osso
what are you
Bucco.
doing with it?
Osso Bucco.
You do and you'll clean it up.
It's veal shank or beef shank.
Yes.
Osso Bucco is the marrow that's in this bone here.
Well,
And
you're going to take the marrow out of there?
it's done with garlic and all kinds of essence.
Remember Edward R. Merrill used to deliver the news?
I remember it very well.
They used to say, dig marrow tomorrow.
So
okay. What are you doing? Enough kidding around.
But we're doing Italian dish.
Oh, wonderful.
And we got Italian wine to go with it.
Oh,
I'm
wonderful.
going to get you working. Doing a
wonderful.
grabellata.
A what?
It's not a dance. It's going to be parsley. And you're going to cut it really fine. And I'll watch and supervise.
Well, I'll need an apron to do that.
You're going to need something.
Always keep the apron in back of the toaster.
Why?
That way it pops up really nicely.
That's why
Okay,
it's been in
and
the
then
big bucks
I'll
all
have a
his life.
surprise. Oh, I dropped it in the garbage. What a surprise. Okay. I have a surprise for you.
Yes.
And we're going to do Osso Bucco. Is that it?
That's right.
Okay, we'll do it when we come back, which will
yes.
be momentarily.
Absolutely.
So hang on to where you are.
You bet.
Thank you.
Okay. This is called a long flat red.
I went out with her, I believe.
Food Fairs, 2 grumpy guys in the kitchen, brought to you by Food Fair. Expect the best from Food Fair. And by Done Right Foods, the finest label for your table.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got something for you.
What?
Remember we were in Redverse, Saskatchewan, strangest
Yes.
of all places, hot, better, romance, iniquity, intrigue, fortune, and danger. What are you doing?
Put olive oil in there.
Putting olive oil in a pan, okay. That's not such a big thing.
Just don't catch that on
How
fire.
about this? This is great. Who can we take this up? I'll tell you why. It's got everything on there except Lee Major's name.
Thanks, Bedwars. I appreciate that.
Serves you right. Okay, Osso Bucco.
Okay.
The only time I've ever had this dish is in an Italian restaurant.
Now remember, that's
So I don't
hot.
know what they do.
Don't go.
I
put
can
your hand
feel
up.
it. It's hot.
I know it's hot.
I'm
going to cut an onion. Okay. See that parsley over there?
I see that parsley.
I want you to cut that, and I want to show you how fine I want it cut. There's no big pieces in
Well,
here
if you want to show me, why don't you do it?
because I want you to do it.
All
See,
right.
that. It's got to be real fine.
Do I do this for the rest of the show?
Well, you have fun with it. Any big things like this, toss away.
Okay.
Okay, in the meantime, I've got work to do here. Ouch.
You'll go through the whole show like that.
Did you bring
if like. It's not even St. Patrick's Day.
It's good for you. It's vitamin C.
Vitamin C, eh?
Yep, vitamin C.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
The main feature here, of course, is
there goes my fingernail into the ginger ale.
See, what I'm going to do first here,
Yeah.
in order to keep this thing from falling apart,
Yeah.
you tie it with a string.
Well,
You know
why?
Well, the string holds it in there when you can do it.
Holds what in there?
The meat, the bone.
Well, the meat isn't. It looks
No, I
like
don't
a
want-
steak.
if
You
I
don't
want
do
to-
that with a steak.
No, but you're going to be stewing.
I stew on every show. Hey, this is hot, so be careful.
I think that's.
I just wanted to take a few moments out of my arduous labors here.
so you take it
Chopping
like that,
parsley fine.
and then what I got to do.
When you serve this dish, people are going to say, "Gosh, that parsley's chopped
See, then
fine."
I like putting the flour on. Like
What do I do with the stuff that falls on the floor?
I'll leave it there, I guess.
All right. Well, while I'm picking up stuff on the floor, why don't you take a moment to pick up stuff off your floor, and we'll be right back.
Lee's Leftovers presented by Done Right Foods, the finest label for your table. You're watching Food Fair's 2 grumpy guys in the kitchen. Brought to you in part by Food Fair. Expect the best from Food Fair.
Well, I'm practically exhausted from chopping parsley fine. What have you been
You're doing a
doing?
mighty fine job on that.
Thank you very much. What have you been doing here?
I've been taking the veal shank,
Yep.
like so,
Tying a rope around it.
Tie a rope around her.
Sort of like a cowboy of the kitchen, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, actually,
we've already seen you do
If you
this.
can get butcher's string, that's better.
Butcher's string is better.
Yeah, ask your local butcher. I ask Paul.
I'm the queen of Butcher String Hollow.
Actually,
Sounds like a country song.
and the veal shank, as I say, you can use I use young beef, and there's no problem with that. Or you can use...
Well, there is for the young beef. They have a problem with that.
And, or veal.
Yeah.
Some people are reticent to have veal, but the Europeans aren't. They don't even let those things rig.
You always got something snarky to say about the Europeans, haven't you? Okay, what was that you put on there? Flour?
That's flour. And then you just stick it in the old pot like that.
Okay.
And you put a little pepper in
I don't want to be impolite, but you got too many beef shanks in here for that pot.
You are being polite. I was trying to cover that over subtly.
Yeah. Do you want me to go back to chopping up parsley, or do you need more?
I need it all done.
You need it all done?
Why are you standing there?
Well, because I was tired.
Well,
What did you just put in there?
Pepper.
Oh, so some big deal.
And then I'm putting some salt.
Flour, pepper, salt.
Yep. So now I'm going to brown that.
Are you?
I want to get the brown and get those little brown sticky things in the bottom.
Get brown sticky things on the bottom.
My string
What
came off one of those.
chef school did you go to learn that kind of phraseology?
Chefs always say that.
Hey, do you watch these cooking channel shows?
Sometimes.
Yeah? I was watching the History Channel the other day, and here's the worst part. I was on it.
You were on it?
Well, they had a shot of the crowd, and I was a little kid in there.
Okay.
Well, I was
what
only
we're
a
doing is we're
little
going to brown
kid.
that.
I just
Well-
really, wish I had something more glamorous to do than chop parsley up really fine.
You're doing a mighty fine job. You're the
I
best
know I
parsley
am,
cutter upper
because
I've
I'm
ever
really
seen.
good at it.
You really know how to cut parsley.
Of course I know how to cut parsley. I was married quite a long time. Uh-oh. May have a little problem with the parsley.
Was that your finger?
No, it's not my finger. It's a worm.
You didn't take the elastic band off?
Well, I didn't. Who gave me it to do?
Well,
Like, now I got to spend the rest of the day
the first rule
looking for the
is
rest
remove
of
the
that
plastic
elastic.
band. How would you like to be in a restaurant and all of a sudden,
Remember the guy we heard on the radio? And he came from a small town, and they said, how are things in that town? He said, same as always. Spend the day trying to pick fly poop out of pepper with boxing gloves on. And I've never forgotten that image in my life. Try and imagine yourself with boxing gloves on, Lee.
I'm
Pick
cooking
and
here.
fight,
The
eh?
last thing I want to talk about is flies.
All right. Well, when you eat this Alaska, just remember, it was cut with love.
Where do you come from anyway?
I come from, where do you come from? Originally?
Yeah, Alabama.
No, I moved from there. What's that on the road?
You're from
Ahead? No.
Are you originally from Ontario?
As a matter of fact, yeah.
I figures.
We have a very good Ontario dish. I think we should do some Ontario dishes on this show sometime.
Name one.
Can of soup. That's a favorite out there.
Yeah, you're going to be big in Ontario.
I'll tell you what my grandmother used to make me.
Free to ask.
Red River cereal.
I
cereal.
love Red River cereal.
Yeah,
Okay.
you look like you
One
would.
onion.
One onion.
Oh, 2 cloves of garlic.
Red River cereal with cornflakes on top. Honest to
2
gosh.
cloves of garlic.
Now, what do you want me to do with the stems here? Fling them out?
Yeah. Actually, you can save them for soup if you want, but we're
Right.
not making soup, so don't
Why
save
don't I put them over my ear and pretend I'm a Hawaiian dancer?
them. It fits your ears. You can put them in a bowl.
Put my ears in a
No,
bowl?
no, no. Every time we went to the store on our recent tour of the great grocery stores of our time,
Yes.
they had these smoked pig's ears all over the place. What do they do with those?
I don't know. I haven't smoked a pig's ears in a long. I haven't smoked pig's ears in a coon's age. Well, anyway,
Or maybe they're boar's ears.
have I chopped enough parsley here for you, or is there more in my life to do?
Keep going, keep you busy.
Well, you see, we're down to the stems here.
Okay, what I got here?
I don't care what you got there.
I got a tomato here.
What you got is halitosis, but that's better than no breath at all. Can I give you a hand with that? Squirt.
Yeah.
Oh, you got tomato all over your
Now we're putting-
eyeglasses.
Oh, I have it. That's a can of tomatoes.
Hey, Doc, I see nothing but spots. It's because you got tomato all over your eyeglasses.
Now we're going to take some tomatoes.
Did you hear about the guy, the lens grinder who fell into his machine and made a spectacle of himself?
Yeah, I heard about it.
See, if you don't have humor in the kitchen, Lee, what do you got?
You. Now we chop.
Hey, that was pretty quick for an old timer.
Yeah, well,
I tell you, I was watching the History Channel the other day, and I was on it.
Yeah, I heard that. What I'm doing is chopping up tomatoes.
I like that one. Hey, yeah, it was on the Space Channel, and you should be on it, I can tell you.
You remember the time on the show I did borscht? And those Ukrainian women tore me apart.
They what?
They got mad at me.
Well, of course, you make terrible borscht. I told you that going in. I said, don't make borscht because everybody makes borscht better than you.
Okay, there's fresh tomatoes in here. And
but nobody makes Osso Bucco, so you can get away with it.
Okay, now we got some...
Have you been telling them what you've been putting in there?
There's tomatoes in there. I'm putting chicken soup in now.
Okay, tomatoes, chicken soup.
This is homemade chicken soup.
You liar, you got that out of a cube.
How would you know?
Because I can tell from looking at it.
It's homemade chicken soup.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Homemade Osso chicken soup.
Yeah, at least we're honest.
It's homemade if you live in the Osso chicken soup kitchens.
This is heavy on the tomatoes, you might know.
Yeah, evidently.
Well,
are you sure this is Osso Bucco?
You want to cook it?
Cheese.
You want to cook it out? Great.
No. I'm still chopping parsley here. Why am I chopping parsley? Just for something to do?
Because, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, what are you eventually going to do with it?
It's going to beat having to do it at the last moment.
Well, I like the dairy that had the slogan, "You can whip our cream, but you can't beat our milk." Yeah, that was a good one, eh? I'd like to give you a little one. No.
Okay. Here's the format so far. Ooh, wine. Is that for me?
How come you get the wine and I don't?
Well,
all righty.
I'm the chef.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're a part chef now.
Yeah, sure. I'm a sous chef and then some.
You got some veal shanks, green olive oil. We forgot something that's really important here.
What's that?
White wine. Dry white wine.
A dry white wine.
Now, there's an old rule about wine and cooking.
And that is?
If you're going to sink it, don't put it in a pot because it's bad for all your cooking. So,
if you're going to sink it,
a lot of people,
don't you mean if you're going to drink it, don't put it in the pot?
No, you see, if you're going to drink it, then it's good enough to put into your soups and your stocks and all the other things.
Yeah.
But if it's bad wine, don't save it and use it for your stocks and soups for something like Osso Bucco because it'll just taint.
I think I banged my head too hard on the pot. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're going to sink it, don't drink it. Is that what you said?
That's right.
Okay.
And if you're not, and don't cook with it either.
Doctor, he'll be off the set shortly. So you'll be back at the home soon, will you?
Yeah, well, very shortly. Okay, so far, and the tomatoes are in there. And I've got the tomato paste in there.
Yeah.
And I've got the chicken stock in there.
Yeah.
And the onion in there.
Yeah. You want some parsley stems? I have a few.
What we're going to do is we're going to cook this for a while.
You're going to cook it for a while.
And
speaking of homes,
I would serve this with a nice rice. Speaking of what?
Speaking of homes, guy goes in doing an interview, old timers, says to one old timer in the home, so to what do you ascribe your longevity? The guy says, drinking, women, parties every night. I says, wow, what a recipe. And how old are you? He says, 22. Golly, would you like some parsley stems?
Hey, I got something for you.
My father used to laugh at that joke.
How do you like? You like anchovies?
I beg pardon?
You like anchovies?
What are you doing with anchovies?
I'm putting them in there.
You're putting anchovies in this?
You got it, Pontiac.
I didn't know there was anchovies in Osso Bucco.
There is.
Osso Bucco sounds like an Italian
In my
car.
Osso Bucco, there's anchovies.
Anchovies are really little tiny salty fish, huh?
Yeah, and a little go a long way.
You bet. Are they good for you, by the way?
Just salty.
Well, if your two basic foods are lard and salt, then they're perfect.
Oh, that's why I don't put any salt in this.
Because you're putting anchovies in there.
Yeah, I put a little bit of salt in it just to get the meat going.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But you gotta chop it fine. Nothing worse than getting a big hunk of anchovy halfway through your meal.
There is something worse than getting a big chunk of anchovy halfway through your meal.
What's that?
Oh, getting another. Is it time to stop?
Did you bring your portable phone again?
No, I don't talk to anybody on the phone.
Yeah.
Is that a phone?
He gets phone calls every 3 minutes.
Can't be a phone. Who would be phoning us?
I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. How much money do you owe Revenue Canada? We'll be back in just a couple.
They're after you.
Lee's Leftovers, presented by Done Right Foods, a supplier of portion control poultry since 1945. Well, I believe I've done all the parsley, Lee.
And
parsley.
Parsley.
Yeah, your first name. If your first name was Pars, you'd sound like a Swedish fella. Parsley Johansson, world famous skier.
Parsley.
Try to think of a Swedish joke. Can't think of one. Oh, here's some more stems. I'm done here. Now, what do you want to do with this?
Just be quiet. Okay, I've got to take the top off. That's cooking. It's doing. Now, we have to put lemon zest. Where you might ask, do you get lemon zest?
Why would I ask that? I know where you get it. You get it off a lemon peel.
Okay.
What do you think I am? Some sort of dork?
Do you take
some sort of dolt?
Do you take the pith off of this?
Think I went to school to eat my lunch?
Yes.
Think I came down with yesterday's rain? You think I don't have both oars in the water?
I've heard all of that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know where you get zest.
Now,
what are you doing?
I don't want to chop that up.
Why not?
I just want to put it in the pot. Because I want to be able to take it out later. Because all I want is that nice essence and the oil that comes off the lemon skin.
Ah.
Yeah.
And the imprint that says sun-kissed, and the price tag that says 9 cents.
Let's say sun-kissed.
Made you look, though.
Here's the anchovies.
There's the anchovies going in there with the lemon peel.
Okay.
Or lemon zest.
Lemon zest. Okay. I think pretty well everything is in there.
I'd really like to find something else to do with my life on Saturday nights. I've just decided.
Well, you can play hockey.
No. I got the bad arm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, that's got to cook for a while.
About how they discovered Saskatchewan?
You can put that in the oven.
Playing hockey on the St. Lawrence and got a breakaway?
Yeah. We're going to cover it. Well, maybe the camera would like to pop and look at it. But see, it won't cook if it's not covered. And we want to have this cooked in time to say goodbye with tonight.
What's all in there?
Okay, let's get to that gremolata. You got it all in a bowl?
No, I got parsley in a bowl.
Put it all in a bowl. Hand it over to me.
Put it in a bowl and hand it to me. Oh boy. Once you're in a kitchen, you're just in charge, eh? You're the big cheese now, aren't you?
The big kahuna.
You're the top dog, the head honk.
The number one.
The numero uno. Well, there you go, Lee. Oh, there's a little lemon zest in there. I think there's some elastic in here, too, so be careful.
Now, with the parsley and the gremolata,
yep.
It just goes so well with this meal.
What did you say, gremolata?
Yeah, it's gremolata, and I've said gremolata.
What is gremolata? Besides lemon juice squirted all over the kitchen.
It's parsley, lemon juice. Actually, you can put your hands in it. That cleans your hands very nicely. And
that's not gremolata. That's parsley and lemon juice.
I'm not finished yet. Wait a minute. Entertain
like
the
one
folks.
of my kids said.
Entertain the folks while I get some garlic.
When his great-grandmother died, they took him up to the kitchen. Little Davy was 5. No, they didn't take him to the kitchen. They took him up to the bedroom. And his grandfather says, all right, boys, we have to say goodbye to great-grandma. She's passed away. And Dave looks at her and says, well, she's not passed away, Grandpa. She's dead. And the other kid said, David. And he said, well, she is. Look at her. She was a great old lady. 97 years old, she drank Bushmills whiskey every day of her life. I had an uncle did that. He lived to 27. What are you doing?
Chopping garlic. Actually, I like lots of
Nothing that would interest me, I can tell you. I'll just lean on the burner for a while because
I don't think there's an Italian food without garlic.
I beg pardon?
I don't think there's an Italian food without garlic.
I know of one.
What?
Cinzano.
Who?
Cinzano.
Who? Oh, yeah.
There's no garlic in Cinzano.
It's a wine.
Which is a small town just outside Grimalki, I believe. Is this what you made, Grimalki? By the way, do you know what you just reminded me of? Do you know the name of the family of Prince Reindeer III of Monaco?
Prince Rainier.
Yeah, him too.
You said reindeer.
It's the Grimaldi family. That was a joke, for goodness sake. The Grimaldi family.
Really
Grace Kelly changed her name from Kelly to Grimaldi.
Did you get what I put in here?
Grace Grimaldi. What kind of name is that for a movie star?
I put olive oil in.
Yes, I know.
I put lemon in.
And my parsley.
And I put your parsley.
Yeah.
You left some.
And garlic. And this is called...
a good chef, and I have many good friends who are chefs.
Yeah. You're complaining about
He'd throw you out of the kitchen. You'd flunk your chef course. And what's this?
Oh, no, Lee. I flunked parsley. I'll go home tonight. I'll have to wear a paper bag over my head saying I flunked parsley.
Okay, what's this?
I'm watching.
That's all the extra lemon juice I get.
It's all in your wristwatch now. You got a wristwatch stuffed with lemon juice. Okay. If you find an elastic band in there and it feels good, it's yours. Well, we've had a lot of fun doing this. I don't know how much fun it's been watching it. We'll no doubt find out in a while.
Now you got me looking for elastic bands.
Yeah, sure. Keep on looking. We'll be back to show you what the final deal is like. Stretch. Yeah, elastic bands. That.
Lee's Leftovers, presented by Done Right Foods, the aristocrat of all chickens. You're watching Food Fair's Two Grumpy Guys in the Kitchen, brought to you in part by Food Fair. Expect the best from Food Fair.
Quick, like a hint, if the anchovies are too salty, what do you do?
Soak them in milk.
Okay.
Takes the salt right out of them.
Look at this. This
Okay, you
looks
see,
great.
we got to take the strings out. Now,
All
that's
right.
not quite done yet because it has to be done, so we'll put her in the oven.
How long does this take?
I'd take about 35, 40
Okay.
minutes.
Well, while you're taking it over there,
We got one ready.
I'll tell the folk that the wine we recommend with this is an Italian, of course. I was going to say Italian, but that's incorrect. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon, actually, from Veneto, a 96. And we think this one with its nice dry flavor would go extremely well. Okay, so come and toast the cowboy, and then we'll show the folks the recipe, which of course is available
I took it to the
at
page.
every Food Fair store.
Did you already promote the wine?
I promoted the wine.
That's very nice. Placido Domingo?
Yeah, Placido Domingo, yeah. It's got a very high touch.
Absolutely.
All the best. And Osso Bucco, doesn't this look pretty, though?
It's gorgeous.
Take a look at this.
And then you put a little bit of rice if you want, side dish. Or I like spaghetti carbonara, but if you're on a diet, I don't suggest that because it has bacon in it and egg in it.
Risotto.
But here's the recipe. Veal shanks, you can use beef if you like.
Okay.
And it has that bone marrow in it, which
Yep.
you have to dip out with a nice little fork, and you put it on a piece of French bread or Italian bread in this case. I would think Italian. And then you could eat that separately by itself. Maybe put a little bit of green olive oil on if you like. But again,
What's that granulata, that parsley that I spent the whole show cutting up?
it's the parsley with the lemon and with garlic,
olive
bit of olive oil,
and of course, the squash lemon.
yeah, and it's so good.
It
Oh, I
really
love
is.
this. Yeah, you
Hope
sit
you get a
back.
chance to try it. You will get a chance. Pick up your recipe at a Food Fair store, and we'll come back next week and give you something else that'll just change your entire life. Well, maybe it won't change your life, but it'll give you a really good couple of hours, especially if you have as much fun in the kitchen as we do. Thanks for joining us this week. We're Two Grumpy Guys. I'm Don Percy. He's Lee Major, and I'm much cuter than he'll ever be. So long. This way. Yes.
I want to eat that right now.
Okay. You want to eat what right now?
Food Fair's Two Grumpy Guys in the Kitchen has been brought to you by Food Fair. Expect the best from Food Fair. And by Done Right Foods, the finest label for your table. The Grumpy Guy's Kitchen, supplied by Gateway Kitchen and Bath Center, crafted precisely for you. Special thanks to the Bay Downtown for all appliances, utensils, place settings, and set decoration. Promotional consideration thanks to KY58, Good Time Oldies, Nighttime Sports. This has been a Grumpy Guys production.